sexy. So it is a huge point of difference. We're still doing incredibly well globally. I just would like to see Latin America, that has always been so successful, refocus on it and become as successful as you've always been over the past few years. The third huge point of difference for OMD, I think, is the way that we put clients at the center. There are other networks where senior people spend all their time talking about their P&L, acquisitions, more profit, their staff, administration. And of course, we all have to do that. I mean, we've got a business to run. But we always do it after we take care of our clients. Our clients always come first. That is always the priority. Our senior people across the globe think clients, work on clients, and then they also manage the business. Very different from most of our competitors. Talent is a very obvious one, because without talent we wouldn't go anywhere. I think we've got some of the best talent in the industry. And if you look at it, in many markets, in many regions, we retain our senior people longer than our competitors. When we were doing the same presentation in London a couple of days ago, there were 120 people in the room for 47 EMEA markets. We just did a show of hands, and I think there must have been 30, 40 people out of the 120 who have been there for more than 10 years. Huge number. And it's the same in the US, and not in Asia, because we're much more. But it really shows that the senior people want to stay. Yeah, of course, young people have to change, and they've got to go through their experiences. The senior people tend to stay longer with us than they do with our competitors. My fifth point is integration, because while many of our competitors grew through acquisitions, and Aegis is a prototype of that kind of network. They've been doing between 30 and 35 acquisitions every single year for the last 10, 15 years. So you can see the number growing exponentially. We don't have that problem. We've always invested to grow organically from inside the business, making an investment, finding the people, selling it to the clients, and growing it inside the OMD or Omnicom Media Group. When you buy companies, you've got an acceleration to get to the result, but then you've got to integrate them, you lose the people, you've got the earn-out, which separates from a financial perspective for at least 5 years, different goals. It doesn't always work that well. Of course, we have to do a few selected, very precise and well-managed acquisitions, but not having done them makes us a much more integrated network than most of our competitors. And my sixth point of difference for OMD, which will benefit, is great clients. We've got a client list to die for. We've got some of the best brands in the industry. I know that some of them we don't have them in Latin America yet, either because we haven't won them or because they're not present directly, but only through importers like Apple, just to mention one. But we've got a great client list. I think today about 38% of our revenue globally is from global clients. I think it's a good number. I would like to do 50%, but never more than 50%. Otherwise, you break this balance between local and global clients, which is what makes us alive. China has too many local clients. So much so that it's lost focus on local clients because they're not a priority. We want to have both priorities, they're both equally important. Now one is 40, one is 60, let's break it 50-50 as an average across the world. Some markets will be higher, some markets will be lower. And you see out of the summary that we've got quite a few points of difference which really make the story of OMD. We've got a story to tell the market. We just need to take all these elements, repackage them, and go to the other side and explain to everybody how unique we are. Because otherwise clients see media agencies that they're all the same. They all have the same presentation, they all have the same numbers, they all look the same. Today our purpose is to make sure that when you walk out, nobody away anything from the past. We're going to build on the past, because the past has been so successful and everybody has achieved such fantastic results. But I think that what you will see today is very special. On one side, about OMD, who we are, how we go to market, how we speak about ourselves, how do we present, what material do we have, how do we look like, what is our website, which today is one of the worst aspects and sometimes very embarrassing about the way that we go to market. We're good, we think a lot about ourselves, and then we go to market with that website is a bit embarrassing. So all this is going to change, it's going to help our business success. The operating system, even more in a way, because it's going to change the way we work across 94 markets with 8,500 people. And we're going to elevate the work that we do to a level that our competitors simply cannot reach. I'm not going to say anything more, otherwise I'll interfere with Ernie and yeah. But what I want to say is that everything that we do needs to be measurable. For me, the single measure, I'm sorry if I go back to it for the third time, is margin, is profit margin, because that's the only important. And of course, we've got many others. I know that in Latin America, your theme for the next few years is admiration. It's becoming the most admired network in the region. That's very important. And behind it are probably a number, a pool of KPIs, one of which will be margin and business success. Anyway, enough of me. Andrew Lazaro, who has two jobs. As Julian said, he's the Chief Revenue Officer for the group. He also runs J&J globally. So we've got this deep understanding of what our clients want and need, and what we needed to do in the marketplace to be more successful. And he will tell you everything about what we do for the next decade.